It has never been more challenging to achieve success than in the present moment. Why, you may ask? It's because every single day, you are overtaxing your mind. You are diminishing your focus and undermining your ability to concentrate. You're also negatively impacting your levels of testosterone, and as a result, hindering your path to success. The average individual has a shorter attention span than a goldfish, and guess who you're competing against? Starting with some good news, this means that with just a smidgen of discipline and work ethic, you are already surpassing 90% of people. However, it is crucial for you to realize from the outset that your capability to control your urges and impulses is intricately linked to your level of success. Without self-control and discipline, achieving success is an impossibility. Hence, it is of utmost importance for you to master controlling your desires. It all begins with desexualizing your mind and freeing yourself from the dominance of your primal instincts. Today, I will impart to you the only 6 steps you need to desexualize your brain and regain control of your life, as true control over your thoughts, body, and existence will ultimately pave the way for success. At this point, you may be intrigued to learn that desexualizing your brain has very little to do with sex itself and, in fact, connects deeply with something else, which we will delve into later in this video. So for now, let's dive right into it. The initial step is to cease watching porn. First and foremost, you must put an end to consuming explicit adult content. Now pay attention, this may seem obvious, but a staggering 99% of young individuals find it incredibly difficult to stop. Allow me to explain why watching porn is highly detrimental. The problem does not solely lie in the amount of time spent on consuming pornography. Yes, if you were to quit, you would reclaim an extra hour per week or so, but that is a minuscule side effect compared to the extensive damage it inflicts. Pornography literally alters and impairs your brain, destroying your ability to maintain focus. Don't just take my word for it, though. Numerous scientific studies have established a clear link between pornography use and the erosion of your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for regulating emotions, actions, impulse control, and willpower. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Pornography usage comes with a plethora of negative side effects: decreased focus, heightened anxiety and depression, difficulty in establishing and maintaining long-term relationships, and, of course, potential erectile dysfunction that affects an alarming number of young men due to the rewiring of their neural pathways caused by consistent consumption of pornographic material. It's terribly unfortunate because these individuals have trained themselves to find arousal in watching others instead of experiencing it firsthand. In addition to that, pornography users have reported lower life satisfaction compared to those who refrain from consuming such explicit content. Now, the next step in rewiring your thoughts goes hand in hand with quitting porn, and that is refraining from self-pleasure. I understand that it can be addictive and that it has become normalized in today's society. However, there is nothing healthy or normal about it due to the consequences it brings. Every time you engage in it, your brain releases dopamine, fooling it into thinking that you have accomplished something significant, fulfilling man's highest goal, reproduction. But deep down, you know that's not true. This false reward system affects your ability to focus and tackle challenging tasks. How could the real world compare to the instant gratification of dopamine and other chemicals that you experience during self-pleasure? It doesn't even stand a chance. It's no wonder that you struggle to concentrate. Everything else pales in comparison once you have indulged in these quick fixes. That's precisely why you need to stop. But why do so many young men still engage in it? It's because they are addicted to the rush of cheap dopamine, just like how others become hooked on drugs. In fact, breaking free from the addiction of porn and masturbation is one of the hardest challenges someone can face due to the intense spike of dopamine it brings. Alright, let's take a quick look at the facts. If you indulge in a tasty burger or any other carb-loaded meal, your dopamine levels will increase by 100. Now, if you smoke or use nicotine in any other form, your dopamine will increase by 200. However, watching porn and engaging in masturbation will catapult your dopamine levels over 250%, just like having sex. But here's the catch: after that surge, your dopamine levels will plummet below the normal baseline, leading to those feelings of lethargy afterwards. It's the same dopamine pattern you see with drug use. So, how the heck do you break free from this cycle? And that's where it gets really interesting. You see, it's not just porn and masturbation that contribute to sexual addiction, it's anything sexual at all. And that brings us to the third step in rewiring your brain away from sex: purpose. Amazingly, a study trying to uncover the root causes of these addictions found something quite surprising. It wasn't perversion or childhood trauma. It boiled down to something far simpler, but more fundamental: a lack of meaning in life. In plain terms, if you lack purpose, if you lack a goal, if you lack something to strive for, you're more likely to get caught in these destructive addictions. The good news is, it's fixable. Every man should have their own purpose, their own northern star that propels them forward. You just need something more worthwhile to occupy your time and energy, rather than succumbing to your cravings. What that something is will vary for each individual. From an early age, we're fed the idea that a solid college education and a cushy corporate job will somehow fulfill us, but deep down, we know that's far from the truth, don't we? In fact, it's quite the opposite. Anyways, we all need something to inspire us. Starting a business could be the motivation for some, while others might have completely different goals. Personally, my driving force has been to take care of my mother and loved ones. That's why I ventured into entrepreneurship, having a clear direction to guide me. Honestly, without that strong motivation, I would have easily given up because money alone is not sufficient to sustain your drive. You need that guiding star, that sense of purpose. However, even with a clear purpose, we may still face setbacks. Why? Because there are triggers out there that can push us off track. And this brings me to the fourth step: purifying your mind. Step number 4, refrain from watching content with explicit themes. Soft porn can be just as damaging as hardcore porn. It is pervasive, constantly bombarding us on social media like TikTok and Instagram. The algorithms only reinforce our desires, flooding our feeds with partially clad individuals. That's why I urge you to unfollow all the Instagram models and TikTok girls doing suggestive dances. They are detrimental to your focus and manipulative of your future. Although it may seem insignificant, their influence is more profound than you realize. Remember, it's rare to randomly stumble upon porn. There is usually a trigger that leads you down that path. The most effective way to quit porn is to eliminate the triggers altogether. That includes cutting out soft porn as well. Whenever the algorithm displays explicit content, simply click "Not interested" and train the algorithm to filter out such content. And listen, the best-case scenario would be to altogether abstain from TikTok and Instagram because, let's be honest, you have no business wasting time on memes or other irrelevant content if you're not where you want to be in life. Unless these social media platforms directly contribute to your business, it's best to steer clear of them. However, in any case, the next step you should take to desexualize your brain is to shift your focus inward instead of outward. The main issue with the sexualization of your brain stems from the changes it brings. When your dopamine system becomes sexualized, it impairs your ability to concentrate and work hard because your brain becomes accustomed to the easy dopamine rewards. That's why the next step requires you to embrace delayed gratification instead of constantly seeking external stimuli and dopamine. What does this mean? It means that many people find happiness in indulging in pleasurable activities, such as pornography or sweets. But if you genuinely want to achieve success, that approach won't work for you. However, it doesn't mean you have to completely eliminate every source of dopamine from your life. Start by evaluating what activities are helpful and what are detrimental to your progress. Practicing dopamine detox regularly over time will aid in achieving balance. During detox periods, typically lasting between 24 to 72 hours, avoid consuming food, using the phone, reading books, listening to music, and certainly, stay away from porn. Embrace complete stillness. Train yourself to find inner peace without relying on these external stimuli. The ultimate goal is to find fulfillment in your work to the point where accomplishing challenging tasks will release that same dopamine rush. Don't forget, dopamine serves as a reward system, incentivizing behaviors that enhance the chances of survival during evolution. That explains why sex triggers such intense dopamine releases. Reproduction is crucial for maintaining our existence. However, in modern times, social media and food have hijacked those reward systems. It's now your responsibility to regain control over them. So, stop constantly pursuing easy dopamine rewards from external sources. Instead, turn inward in order to desexualize your brain and realign your actions with your goals. Now, here's the thing. Instead of chasing after women, focus on building yourself up. Let me explain. If you're constantly chasing after women and texting and meeting up with different girls, your mind will never be fully focused inwards. You won't be able to desexualize your brain this way. That's why I always emphasize the importance of stopping the chase and investing in yourself. When you truly become a man of substance, the women will naturally be attracted to you. Until you reach that level, chasing after women is just a huge waste of time. Unless you've found that one special girl, your future wife, pursuing multiple women is futile for two reasons. Firstly, the quality of women you can attract at the beginning of your journey is nowhere near what you can attract later on. In the social hierarchy, women tend to date up and seek the best quality men. That's why it's crucial to spend time improving yourself and becoming the best version you can be, not just financially, but in every aspect. Secondly, even if you manage to attract a high-quality girl, it will require an immense amount of effort and time. So, you need to consider the opportunity cost here. Going on dates, spending $100 or a few $100 trying to impress her, comes with greater complications. Don't get me wrong, it's not about being antisocial or weird. It's about setting your priorities straight. Just like when they instruct you to put on your own oxygen mask first on a plane, you need to be self-sufficient before letting someone else into your life. Because at the end of the day, dating can be a major distraction. In the beginning stages of your business or career, it is crucial to make the most out of your time and focus. The first step is often the most challenging one, requiring your undivided attention. So, listen carefully. You must dedicate 1 to 3 years of pure focus, sacrificing other distractions in order to attain a normal life thereafter. Because, let me tell you, if you constantly have multiple romantic prospects on your mind, it will be impossible to redirect your focus towards what truly matters. Once you redirect your focus towards what truly matters, everything else will naturally fall into place. So, prioritize yourself. Gentlemen, get back on your feet, concentrate on the right things, and know that I am cheering you on from a distance. In summary, avoid porn and martyrbait. Find a goal, become master on it. Focus on goal. Spend much time in it, avoid distraction, pursue pain not pleasure. Avoid seeing women.